the darkness, watch me redefine. Don't want the smoke, bro, stay in your lane. Honey, don't blackmail me, I won't feel the pain. Step into the spotlight, my crown on my head. Rhythm in my soul, got the whole place fed. Lights flashing bright, everyone knows my name. Winning every night, I'm redefining the game. Got that energy, yeah, I'm rising above. Dancing on the floor, all the haters in love. Confidence on lock, yeah, I'm taking it high. Empress in the building, I'm that girl, watch me fly. Empress Janet in the club, you know I'm here to shine. Gonna light up the darkness, watch me redefine. Don't want the smoke, bro, stay in your lane. Honey, don't blackmail me, I won't feel the pain. Yeah, they can try to phase me, but I'm here to stay. With every beat I drop, I'm paving my own way. Feel that bassline thump, it's my secret weapon. In this club tonight, I'm the main attraction. Empress Janet in the club, you know I'm here to shine. Gonna light up the darkness, watch me redefine. Don't want the smoke, bro, stay in your lane. Honey, don't blackmail me, I won't feel the pain.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Empress Janet's in the building for another episode. I want to share something with you guys, and I'm not here for a long time. I just want to share something. When people say that they go on to do something and then they don't, their word means nothing. But a lot of times people's word is only from a repeat of something else. So I'm starting to figure out that a lot of these people out here are, and I'll say it slowly, NPCs. Yeah, I've been learning about them, and I'm watching their movements, watching how they're reacting to certain things, watching how they're copying and coding themselves to other people. And I noticed that again, the energy. Yeah, it's the energy. People are dead inside, and so they're looking for people to basically, suck the energy from so that they can actually, be like them. A lot of people say, oh, my word is bond. No, they don't say that anymore. They say my word is a crap because I've got it from somebody else. I heard somebody else say it. I'm using someone else's saying. I'm saying what they're saying. Yeah. I noticed that. I notice a lot of people go to other people's channels and then they start acting like those other people. And so I've learned that they're called NPCs. Yeah. So I'm going to just leave this here in Wonderland, darling, because we're not here for a long time. We're here for a fun time. And no one can rewrite what Empress has done. I've made a lot of NPCs. Yep. And there's a lot of NPCs that want to be like me. They copy my story. They run around and try to get them a love that they tear into the ground. They try to act like they're doing something big on their channel. But in the end, the people that get talked about, the people that actually they won't speak on. Yeah. So you won't speak on the ones that you actually know where you're actually ciphering that information from. So NPCs are the people in the background. They're the ones that are in the background trying to come forward to actually be noticed and be seen. Because if you start to notice, everyone really does act the same. They walk the same. They talk the same. They cuss the same. They say the same cuss words. And they build up this, I know I'm somebody, because right now in this moment, they don't know how to be themselves. They are looking for other people. It's a fakeness. Yeah, It's a fakeness, but it's more than that. It is actually a coding. See, we're all coded to believe that our parents are supposed to love us, and that if you don't have a mom and dad, that you don't have a family, or if you were broken by something, that now you're the bad guy. But I've learned that a lot of people get broken because they need to see that coding. And if you're not coded that way, then you just won't act that way. You won't go and do those things. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. Okay? That's when the word becomes stronger, the bond, because words are spells. And when people spell bind you into those words, they are believing what they're saying. If I tell you something and then you do something else, then you know what you did. You'd rather go the other way and make it look like it was a miscoding, right? Because if I tell you to look both ways before you cross the street, but you don't, and then you only look one way and you get hit the other way, or you never looked and got hit, or you looked both ways and actually made it across the street, those were events that all of those simulations could have taken place. And that would have been the result, right? So then this world out here in the matrix, that's what I keep telling you. It's in the matrix. It's not real. You cannot bring it to the real world, try to make it look like it is if it's out here. Out here, people, they're delusional. They're all mad because you're sitting around with people that are basically... and then you're actually coding yourself to be like that. You understand? So if you're sitting around people that can't read and write, you're gonna eventually, you ain't gonna be able to remember how to spell or write. You dumb yourself down because you're coding yourself to a print that doesn't even make any sense. Because like I said, if you have a mom and a dad, you're supposed to have a family, because that consists of the, this core of the system. But a lot of us who didn't have those things, well, you were broke then, and then they kept putting another coding and a code, and then they wrote another code, and you're saying, who wrote these codes? Well, it's the system. No one's bigger than it. No one's bigger than this internet. You can't do anything out here without YouTube jumping on you. The bots is jumping on you, because you're going to do what the YouTube way is, or you're going to go away. And that's how it is in life. Some people, everyone, not some, everyone's put in your life for a reason, good or bad. You got to understand and decode it and then recode yourself. And that's what Empress is doing, darling. I'm recoding myself because I don't need any human to tell me what to do. I've never needed anyone for directions. I don't need a man to change my tire, like they always say. I don't need you to do that. You can keep yourself way over there and never, ever. You took a wrench and you thought I cared. I don't. If you got mad because I took a wrench, well, there you go. You were in a code. You thought that blue was going to define you or stop me from speaking to you or even not giving you something. What do you want from me? Like, what do you really want from these people? You want to be invested. You want to feel important. You want to type in the chat, and then all of a sudden we're supposed to respond to you. That's not how this really works. YouTube wants us to come on camera. They want us to be productive as, content creators. They want content that actually makes sense. And they don't want to be bothered with all that other ruckus. Okay? So, hi, I'm Brittany, and I'm Empress Janet, and I'm going to talk about this NPC real quick, okay?
Okay, so you've heard of NPCs, the non-player characters. Is our world actually filled with backdrop people? Okay, so Dolores Cannon usually comes up in this topic, but let's take a look at what she actually said. This information is coming from Convoluted Universe Book 4 and Book 5. Okay, so these backdrop people, these NPCs, they are a collective energy. The whole soul, life selection process, and having a purpose and a mission, they're not a part of that because they're not individual souls. The description, there's going to be a little play button. It's going to bring you to this video, what is a soul? A soul is when the consciousness becomes individual, but these NPCs are not individuals.
That part. So a soul is conscious when it's by itself. I'm by myself. I don't ride with no one. I don't got no team. I don't jump on no panels. There ain't no clique, no gang. I removed myself from certain places and I'm just not playing that. Okay. I will cleanse things because what we're not going to do is ever play in my face. You see how that works? Look at the face. You'll never play in it. Okay. The hair is still going to hair. You trust. But no, we're not doing none of that because when you are confined to a cult-like group of people, those entities will have you believing that, again, if you're not doing what they want you to do, then you can't be a part of it, right? But what if they're just the backdrop of all of this? What if you're to really put yourself in your own movie with your own actress, and then you start to look around, and are these backdrop people for your movie, or are they trying to stop your shine? And again, I got a soul. It's so bright. It shines so bright. That's why they hate, because they're not soul bound like that. They're coded over there. They have to watch what they're doing. Then they come over here and they try to cipher a little bit from you to pretend they're you to go back over there. But you'll never see Janet sitting with nobody. No, you'll never see it. Never, ever.
Dolores is like, these people don't have souls?
Nope.
I don't understand.
They
do not. They are just images. They do not have a higher self. Dolores is like, if I touched one, would I be able to tell the difference? No, you're surrounded by them. Reality is made of many layers. They are only involved with the shallowest of layers. Dolores is like, so they're just energy. They are holographic images. Why are they here?
Holographic images. So if you look at this and you say, well, people are real. Have you ever talked to someone and you're like, damn, they are just not human. Like, what are we talking about? What are you talking about? Why are you even acting like that? Them.
They're here to create the experience. So that light source being.
Let's stop right there, everyone, because that's the key word today that Empress Janet wanted to bring. The experience, darling. The experience of what this YouTube is supposed to be is not what they're creating out here. The experience of who you are is being defined by you allowing people to tell you what they're thinking and how they think. Someone can tell you that they love you, but their actions will show you that they don't even know what love is. They will tell you that they need you, but their actions show that they don't need anything but what they're doing to cipher. They'll cipher energy. They'll continue to cipher energy to be basically in a coded, episode with you. If you believe, like, because again, everyone comes for a reason, right? So if you got people around you like, you're not doing this right, you're not doing that right, you're like this, you're like that, but you keep saying, well, why did this happen? And why did this happen? And in between those two happenings, why did you do that? And then they go play victim. I don't know what happened. Right there. It's right there.
Beings that break off from the source creator and go through an individual soul evolution journey are able to learn their lessons. Those NPCs help us learn these lessons.
Yep.
And Dolores says, because so many main player characters are here on Earth at this time to change the planet and make it better, these NPCs are on a script right now to destroy the planet.
Yep.
They are angry because they're here to provoke us so that we could actually pass the lesson. So this gets me thinking, what if the Karen phenomenon is our own creation and they're just NPCs? Okay, now let's check what Tim from COPPA.
Okay, so think about it. The Karen thing came out of nowhere, but everyone complains. Everyone does some type of complaining, calling, or being extra. So were those plants? Because there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that Karen thing. Now, oh, you gonna be a Karen? Oh, area, man. But that's true right there. That always, if you stand up for right, if you do the right thing, you're going to be persecuted more than if you're over there lying, being with those coders.
Disclosure says there seems to be some non-player characters. They look like humans. They're approachable, but they have no eye awareness. Okay, so now let's take a look at this book, because our conspiracy grandfather, David Icke, talked about this a long time ago. So David Icke breaks it into 3 categories. One being the NPCs, bodies without consciousness. They are interactive software programs. He uses the example of a carousel, how the carousel is spinning regardless. You could ride one of the horses. However, the horses that no one is riding, they're still going through the motions. They're spinning around with the rest of the horses, but there's no one there to experience it.
That part. So they're sitting there in a hollow shell and they have no experience. So they try to take your experience, your joy, your happiness, put it in themselves, and then they create that entity of a code of you. So it's a copy of you. So when I tell people that they copy me, I'm not flattered. This is why. I'm not flattered by weirdos that are coded copying me, and then they're like, and then the first time you say something, they go crazy.
Like says, some of these interactive software programs, aka NPCs, can run on other programs, such as the Agent Smith character from The Matrix. If you haven't seen my video on the Agent Smith effect, it'll be the second play button in the description. Okay, now let's get to the second type that David Icke talks about. These other people do have consciousness. They are so entranced and deluded by the Matrix, as though they are trapped in a virtual reality prison. Their identity is a programmed personality. These people are the main energy source for our Matrix, which feeds...
Let's talk about it. Shout out to the Matrix. We're out here. So do you not think that those people aren't out here too? You not see why when you're having a great show, having a great time, there's one person that comes up and just ruins it, changes the energy. Someone in the chat just doing the most, the extra for no reason. Yeah.
Off of their fear, guilt, and frustration. We're going to put a pin in that. Let's go to the third type. Okay, this third group is the smallest of all. These are people who have enough awareness to realize that we are in an illusion and that our true selves, beyond the walls of this software program, we are just a fractal of an infinite oneness. Now let's go one step further with this NPC thing. This blog called Ego Mind prefers to use the word non-player consciousness, which once again says they do not have individual minds. They lack these qualities because they lack awareness of themselves and others.
Because no one has taught them that they could be themselves. When you tried to be yourself, do you remember what age that was? Do you remember what grade you were in? One thing I remember was when I wore polka dots and stripes, everyone freaked out. I wore green socks with that too, and a yellow thing in my hair, and they went for crazy. I still dress the way I want to dress, and I don't care who doesn't like it, and they still freak out. Yeah. I'm not programmed to any of it. I've always said, if you're going to go buy all of that, everyone's standing in line, the crowd's way over there, I'm all the way over there. I will never do what others do. I've said that all my life because I believe that. I believe that I have the right to decide what I want. I'm not picking something because somebody else picked it. I'm not asking people, does this look nice? I don't care if you think I'm ugly. I know my beauty shines bright like a diamond. I know that when I walk in the room, the energy is so amazing, honey. It can heal you. You'll begin to cry because you're going to want to hug. Yeah. And you can't never play with it. You understand? You can't never side swipe it, side wind it, side bind it, or curse it. You hear me? It's going to come all the way back to you 10 times fold. You're going to regret even talking bad on it because you're the one, not me. I'm not programmed. You're programmed to believe what you're thinking is real when really you're just jealous. You're jealous of the energy. You're jealous because, again, not an NPC. That's what I'm going to be taking this journey. I'm doing a lot of journey cleansing, detoxing, opening my mind, looking for people that are like-minded. Yeah, I don't want to sit around people that have you keep causing strife to growth. There's no explanation. There is no need to continue. You know what I'm saying. And that's another thing I've noticed, people repeating themselves out here, saying things over and over. It's the coding. Yeah, that's how they code you when they keep saying it over and over. Now, if you want to be a strong human, if you want to actually see if you believe in the Most High, let's start there. And then let's go on this journey. Let's see if you can detox your mind, get the worms off your brain, start thinking positive. Let's get rid of certain things because at the end of the day, it's been, almost a year and I haven't broke out with anything. I don't have no bumps on my lips or my coochie or my ass. None of that. I'm safe. So I want everybody to be safe. Go get a checkup. It's very important to check your, every year. Brush, not even brush your teeth at this point. Go to the dentist. Go to the eye doctor. Get back to routine of something. Okay. And when you find that routine for yourself, and that's what I keep telling people, get into your closet, clean that closet out, and clean out your mental closet. Because I'm watching and I'm not really understanding why all of this echoing, Like, it's just weird. It's a coding. It's like, we didn't like that person. Tear that person up. Now we're giving that person the numbers. Now that person's important. You should have just did it in the beginning. Like, because in the end now, looking at people that are sitting together that couldn't stand each other, that have doxed each other. If somebody doxed my family, you don't get to sit with me. Like, you don't get to talk to me. It's up and it's stuck forever. There's never a time that I need somebody. And that's what I'm going to show you. I don't need you. And if you don't like it, then you're one of these NPCs. Because at the end of the day, you're a background person, honey. I keep telling you, this is Empress Janet's movie. I'm the actress in my movie. And I never needed no background people. I never needed extras. That's what I call you. Extras. Every time I walk outside, my movie is going to work, and my family and everybody that's involved in my life, that's my movie. Anybody else that's trying to add themselves in, you're an extra, and you're wasting your time, because I don't understand why people need so much attention. I'm not understanding why you can't find something to do for yourself. And you know what grinds my gears is we have children under the age and still in your home, and yet you want to be out here to look important, but you can't be important there. You can't be important there. That's a programming problem too. Yeah. You shouldn't even be out here if you've got underage people. You should be on the other side of the YouTube for real. You should not be trying to make no channel knowing damn well you got to get up in the morning with these folks. Uploads would be what you should do. And that's why I'm not going to keep this more than 25 minutes, because that's how far I wanted my upload. I wanted to do it live because there is no cut scene. Let me edit. Let me pretend that I'm someone else that I'm not. Yeah.
But he chooses to use the word consciousness instead of character.
Sure did.
One, because everything has consciousness, but also because the word is more appropriate. To con is to make someone believe something. The next part of the word means having knowledge. And the final part is your state of being. And the knowledge is deceptive. It creates our state of being. Sometimes they're also called non-source players. Once again, we see this repeated from the David Icke book. The matrix runs on energy, specifically from source players' negative emotion. One argument for why NPCs exist is to propel the continuation of the matrix by inciting the main player character into feeling emotions that would continue to create this reality.
Let's say that again. Let's say that again. Shout out to this lady. Let's go. I ain't going to share her channel, but we're just going to listen to her voice, because all voices matter, good or bad. And you're going to have to pay the price for every vibration that you send out there, because you heard what she just said. In this matrix out here, the energy, and energy is currency, honey. My energy cannot be around you no more. You ain't ciphering. You didn't pay for it, and I don't got to give it. So again, shout out to everybody that watches this. Shout out to everybody that has come through, that said hi. I appreciate you. I'm just doing my commentary. Talking about NPCs. Yep. Didn't even put the title, because I don't really want nobody over here minding my good American business. That's what I'm doing. Minding my good American business, and who's going to do me. Not you, not you, and not you. But I see you, and I don't sit with you. I don't like you. And I can say that respectfully. I can find something else to do. Understand? So let's listen.
To realize that we are in an illusion, and that our true selves, beyond the walls of this software program, we are just a fractal of an infinite oneness. Now let's go one step further with this NPC thing. This blog called Ego Mind prefers to use the word non-player consciousness, which once again says they do not have individual minds. They lack these qualities because they lack awareness of themselves and others. But he chooses to use the word consciousness instead of character. One, because everything has consciousness, but also because the word is more appropriate. To con is to make someone believe something. The next part of the word means having knowledge. And the final part is your state of being. And the knowledge is deceptive. It creates our state of being. Sometimes they're also called non-source players. Once again, we see this repeated from the David Icke book. The matrix runs on energy, specifically from source players' negative emotion. One argument for why NPCs exist is to propel the continuation of the matrix by inciting the main player character into feeling emotions that would continue to create this reality. Well, damn. Sounds a bit Karen to me. Provoking negative emotions in order to keep that second group upset and angry, so they continue to shape this negative reality. Now, that second group reminds me of Truman's wife. She is a real person. Because she lacks the deeper awareness, she continues to play this role that she believes she has to. Okay, so now let's get back to Dolores. One of these NPCs become real. Yes. When you focus and interact with them, you help them evolve slightly away from that hive soul. Dolores is like, wait, so do they become real instantly? And no, it's not immediate. It won't be in this lifetime. Once again, Tim from Cosmic Disclosure says the same thing. You can evoke something in them. My soul, my consciousness could raise a soul. Okay, now something really important to remember. You'll never...
A soul can raise a soul. So when I tell you that people feed off of the energy of Empress, that's why. That's why they run around, lie on me, talk about me, tried to dog me, tried to lie on me. And I'm still here. Like I told you, because you look like the fool, honey. Mama didn't raise no fool, honey. Mama didn't raise no slow hoe. You understand? Shout out to the UK. I love you every day. So yeah, we're going to go down this rabbit hole. And whoever wants to come with me, welcome to Wonderland.
Be able to know who's an NPC. If Pac-Man didn't have the ghosts, what would the game really be? Even though they're in the background, these people are essential to our growth and evolution as a soul. And this is why we have to have gratitude and compassion towards the things that provoke us, because they're just giving us the opportunity to learn and grow.
Shout out to everybody in the building. I have that opportunity to help us grow. The more you know, right? Love you guys. And again, take care of yourself and each other. Shout out to Jerry Springer, because again, he knew what to do. He brought that drama, that energy. You already know Empress can do it. I'll make it do what it do, honey. Until next time.